Hello and welcome back. Yes, I'm reading again from, hang on a second, King Arthur Conspiracy by Wilson and Blackett. Thank you for the great response. It seems a lot of demand for a reprint, so I'm going to start getting to work on that. Maybe it's 2 volumes though. I'll keep people updated how the progress goes. I am going to continue reading bits from it just to give you a flavour, because it's just a massive, massive thing. And looking through, the problem I have is which bits to leave out, because although it's huge, it's just jammed with information. So I've actually gone back to the beginning of the introduction, because there's something here which gives a good explanation and overview of the book, really, and what it's all about. So in 1976, Alan Wilson and Baron Blackett set up their research project that was designed to resurrect accurate ancient British history. They see the history of Britain as the inalienable right and the property of the British nation. Inalienable means nothing can take it away, okay? Nothing. It's just an inalienable right. You're born with this right. The heritage and culture of the nation is enshrined in the national history, and it must be free of religious and political tampering and the grotesque inventions and manipulations of these self-interest groups. In short, they believe that just for once, the records that are advertised should be honest. There is much quoted evidence that the Romans knew of the existence of lands far to the north and the west of the Atlantic. To this may be added the cryptic line in an ancient Cymric Welsh poem, which mentions that such lands under the reference according to the ancients. So in the books they talk about the ancients knowing about it. In modern times, more notice has been taken of the late 6th century voyage of St. Brendan, who sailed to America because he had heard of the previous voyages of the Tern, T-E-Y-R-N, which is the old Welsh word for the monarch. And notice has been taken of the 12th century voyage of Leif Erikson and the 1397 voyage of the Earl Henry Sinclair of the Orkneys. They're all Pre-Columbian is the point. In this volume, the voyage is made in AD 562 by Prince Madog Morfran, the Cormorant, in AD 573 by the Admiral Gwenon, and in AD 574 by Admiral Arthur II and Madog, both sons of King Meirig, and their brother-in-law Amun V were examined and traced. In 1625, the Lord George Abbot, the Archbishop of Canterbury, wrote a History of the World, and in that history he stated that King Arthur knew of America and that a Welsh prince had discovered it. So writing this in 1625. Just to jump in a second, if you follow the channel, you will know that this 17th century is crucial. It seems to be the sort of second half of that, the sort of 1600s, that our history got changed. You got historians like Camden, who just, there's a quote that he in one stroke with a pen, he got rid of 60 generations of British history. It's dramatic, the difference. If you find books before that period, the history is very different. Trojan Wars, Arthur, migrations, all in there. And then you see why then, because then you see the puppet kings being put on the thrones of England, and the Hanoverians coming in, and they're Germanic, and national fervour is linked to knowledge of your history. Gives you identity. It's much easier to manage and control a people who just don't think they're anything. They're just people. It's not really nothing deeply invested in the country or the history. You know, if you don't know your past, or you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you've been from. So that's the philosophy. George Orwell explains this very well in 1984. You know, not only does the history of a people have to be removed, people have to also lose the memory that it's been removed. I've sort of paraphrased it a bit there. You have to forget that it's ever been changed. And this is the paradigm we're living in now, where people obsessively defend this idea of Roman Britain and Anglo-Saxon invasion, and just write the Britons out of their own history. So it's a bit of a long side show then. So anyway, so this means unequivocally that Madog sailed to America in the 6th century AD, as King Arthur, referred to in 1625, is either King Arthur I, who was the son of Magnus, Maximus and Kyndrec, the daughter of Rhydon, and he was around AD 346 to 400, or the one we normally talk about more often, King Arthur II, who was the son of Meirig and Ombraust, and she was the daughter of Guggen Mawr, or Aurelian the Great, as his Latin name is described. And he was around 503 to 579. They're the dates that Wilson and Blackett have for King Arthur II. He's the one with the round tables and stuff. It seems obvious that Arthur II was intended by the Archbishop of Canterbury, and the fact that Arthur II had a well-recorded brother named as Madog Morvran, the Cormorant, supports this. Arthur I, son of Magnus Maximus, had 2 full brothers and 3 half-brothers, none of whom was named Madog. This is key. Arthur I didn't have any. His 5 male siblings, none were called Madog. Alright, so that's another little snippet. I'll do some more of these. I'm glad people are enjoying them. I am too. It's good revision for me. And I'm going to start playing them back to myself now and again. Not because I like to see myself, although I love to, really. But it's good little reminders of the information, so I'll keep them short like that. Alright, till the next time. Heddwch.